Please be very careful if you're going to do Roth conversions in 2024, okay? I'm not saying don't do it, I'm saying be careful. Now, I'm going to show you the benefit of conversions and when not to do them, okay? Here's what I want you to know. A lot of people come to me and they will go like this. They'll go, Ari, I already did Roth conversions. You know, they'll say it with attitude, and I'll joke with them. I'll say, oh, did you? I wish you did nothing at all, because now I have to fix the mistake of you watching a YouTube video or a podcast and going and implementing them on your own, where I wish you did more than you did, or I wish you did nothing at all. And so it's a dopey joke, and I'll give it to them in a nicer way than that. But the premise is simple. When you do Roth conversions, you want to be really intentional, and you want to base it on 3 things. And these 3 things are going to sound silly, but it's what makes you remember them, okay? Everyone has a NBB. What on earth does that mean? No-brainer bracket. That's what I need you filling up no matter what, because you will never have another chance to be in that low of a tax bracket. Then you have your NBD. That's your no-brainer dynamic bracket. So no-brainer bracket, no-brainer dynamic bracket, okay? Even I got myself confused right there. And then the 3rd level is what I call your TB. That's your tax bomb. That means if you don't do any of this planning, you're going to be an X bracket. For a lot of you, it could be the 33% bracket. It could be the 35, which is going to change in the future. There's a lot of brackets that are coming in 2026 that are going to change. And so right now, our current brackets, they're relatively low, okay? I know it might not seem that way, but the brackets are changing. So 2024 and 2025, brackets stay the same. 2026, a jump occurs. So right now, I'm going to show you what you need to make sure you're aware of when doing Roth conversions, okay? I'm going to hop in 1 second, but I need you to know the following. There's one way to fix Roth conversions, and most people don't speak about it. Spend more money, okay? And I'll do it just like that to my clients. The goal of life is not to have the most optimal Roth conversion. Now, don't go just spend frivolously, okay? But I want to make sure that when you're looking at planning, you're looking at every aspect. And most people will go like this. They'll go, Ari, this sounds pretty cool, this Roth conversion concept, which for most of you, if you don't know it, what it is you're moving money from your IRA to your Roth IRA. You're paying a little bit in taxes to avoid paying taxes at a much higher rate in the future. That's why you're doing it. Now, when you do it, you're paying a little bit of taxes, okay? So some people go, why would I do it? I could pay no taxes. And that's right, you could. And then you're going to get creamed later, okay? So the premise of a Roth conversion is if you're trying to reduce those RMDs, you've saved and invested for many, many years, and now your RMDs are going to begin either age 73 or 75, and you want to make sure you're planning well. And so you have a tax planning window, and this is when you want to implement these conversions. Now, going back to the premise of this, I tell my clients, the goal in life is not to have an average return of 9.326429%, okay? The goal is to go, wow, I'm so glad I retired earlier and spent 2 more years with my kids. The goal is for you to tell me what your goals are. You know, people are coming to me going, hey, what's a good advisor? What are good traits? I'll say a good advisor should shut up. And I'll say it just like that. They should listen. What's most important to you? And then based on your goals, say, great, let's execute that. Because some people are saying, Ari, I don't want to pay any more in tax than I need to. I say, great, most people don't. And then I'll say, is that the real goal? Or is the goal to retire a year earlier? And they go, well, I'd love to retire earlier. I just don't want to pay more in taxes. I say, great, let's see if we can find a middle ground there. So I want you to do amazing Roth conversions because they can add millions, okay? They really can if you do them well. But they can also take away just as much if you don't do them well. So I'm going to show you how to think through this in today's video. My name is Ari Taublieb. I am a certified financial planner, and I am the vice president at Root Financial Partners, and lastly, host of the Early Retirement Podcast. Let's hop right in. So what we're looking at is a real time frame of real clients. I've changed their names for security preferences, but what you're seeing is absolutely real, okay? So what this is this is a client that's coming to me, and right now, I'm gonna walk through what we're looking at. These are all the different tax brackets, okay? So this blue line down here, this is the 10% bracket. This green line here, I know it's small, this is the 12% bracket. This tan line here, this is the 22% bracket and 25% bracket in the future. So these tax brackets are changing, and you can see that schedule in 2026 that they're changing to on the right. Now, here's what I need you to think through. Right now, this couple's working. They're 58, then they're going to stop working. And so when they stop working, their income's going to go down, then it's going to shoot back up because they have some big expenses they want to take care of, and they don't have a brokerage account. Then it's going to be pretty stable, and then it's going to hop up a little bit in the future because they have RMDs they have to take. And so what they want to do is be strategic with Roth conversions. So right now, you can see they're filling up this tax bracket right here. Let's zoom in one more time. So their income just filling up to that $200,000, okay? A little less. And so what they're doing is they're going, should we do Roth conversions? And watch what happens to this number right here if they do some Roth conversions. It helps. I mean, look at this number. It's $400,000 more dollars. And the benefit is it's this green you're seeing right here. This is fake income. This is me sending them income by moving money from their IRA to their Roth IRA. So less of me sending them income. I'll say it like this. It's me moving their income from their IRA to their Roth IRA, paying a little bit in taxes to avoid paying a lot in the future. So you can see now their RMDs aren't as excessive. That little difference there. I know it's hard to see, but watch this. So $400,000 more dollars by filling up this tax bracket. Now, some of you are going, I want to do more conversions. Can I add hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars? Watch what happens if we try to do too much. Well, if you try to do too much, you actually have less dollars, meaning this is saying a hypothetical that you convert like crazy and then all of a sudden you don't need to do any more conversions because it's better that you did nothing at all, meaning you paid way too much in taxes up front by doing too much in conversions, okay? Now for 2024, you got to be really intentional about this. Now what happens if you convert like crazy? Well, you'd actually have 800,900 almost fewer dollars than doing nothing at all. So hopefully you can see there's a lot of nuance to this. If you do this well, you can see you can certainly add a lot of money. I mean, you can add hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's why people do this, okay? So this is awesome stuff. Now, if you know my cauliflower example, you can go ahead and skip and get out this video right now. But if you don't know it, you're gonna hear it now, okay? So a Roth conversion, put simply, is you eating a little bit of cauliflower. I'm asking you, and I picked cauliflower because when I started, I just used that and it's stuck, okay? People are sending me selfies of them in grocery stores with cauliflower. It's getting weird, okay? But the point is, what I want you to do is think about it in this silly sense, because right now you're eating a little bit of cauliflower while you're working, you're paying taxes, maybe a lot of cauliflower, then this retirement thing happens. You go, wow, I paid so much in tax my whole life. I love this concept of not paying a lot in taxes. And that's when I say, I need you to still eat a little bit of vegetables, because if you don't eat that cauliflower in the future, 60 or 70% of your plate might be cauliflower. And you don't want that the next 30 plus years. And so you're going, what do? I go, what you do is you eat a little bit over time. You stay dynamic. So the benefit of retiring early is you have a longer time frame to eat that cauliflower. You don't have to eat a whole bunch. Maybe 10% of your plate or 15% of your plate can be cauliflower, so that in the future, you're not absolutely crushed. And that is what's going to happen. And so this is something that I'm asking my clients to really be intentional about when we're doing Roth conversions, is to be open to paying a little bit in taxes, but having that dynamic strategy. So I broke it down. NBB, no-brainer bracket. NBD, that's your no-brainer dynamic bracket. That means if markets are changing, we're doing more conversions. When markets go down, most people get really scared because they retire and they go, oh my gosh, it's so scary. It used to be easy because when my income went down or life changed, it was okay because I was still adding dollars to my retirement. But then you retire and it gets scary because you're like, I'm not adding new dollars anymore. And if markets go down, I don't have as much time to recover. I'm going to guess you probably had that thought at some point, but you're still going to add new dollars. You're going, Ari, have you listened to nothing? Like, no, I'm not. I retired. I go, oh, I've listened. What you're going to do is strategic Roth conversions. So my favorite story is I have a few clients that came to me and they wanted to retire right before COVID. And they were really scared. They didn't know if they could do it. And the reality is they were probably 3 years out. And they ended up retiring right after COVID. And you're going, how did they do that if markets went down? Well, here's how. When markets went down 40%, they were already working with me, and we had a plan in place ready to implement no-brainer dynamic conversions. And what that means is when markets went down 40%, they moved all their money, not all of their money, let me say, okay? They moved the majority of their IRA into a Roth IRA. And the benefit of doing so is as the growth came back, which it did in 5 weeks, it's all now tax-free. So they came to me, they wanted to spend $6,000 a month in 3 years. They ended up spending about $7,500 a month and retiring 3 years earlier because of Roth conversion planning. So it can be tremendous if you execute it well for your retirement. Now, you certainly want to walk through the nuance and don't just retire to do Roth conversions. I've seen that before as well. I want to make sure you're doing the right things along the way. With Roth conversions, it can quickly become overwhelming. Work with someone who's a true fiduciary that manages investments, taxes, withdrawal strategy, insurance, estate plan. Even when I say estate plan, people will say, what's your estate plan? They'll say, I have a trust and a will. I go, that's not an estate plan. What's your strategy to not die with $10 million? What's your strategy to effectively gift to children along the way and connect that to your Roth conversion strategy? Is gifting important to you? Are you executing a donor advised fund? There's all these amazing planning tools out there that I think it's illegal. The government tell you all about this. So that's why I'm doing this. But there's amazing YouTube channels, amazing podcasts. Educate yourself and work with planners if this is something you just don't want to worry about in your retirement. And I find most people don't. Most people want to delegate all this stuff because they don't want to be wondering when they're fishing or hiking or doing whatever they want to do, oh my gosh, am I leaving any money on the table? The two most common things I hear are I don't know what I don't know, or I know enough to be dangerous. Now, some of you are going, hey, yep, it's both of those. Some of you are going, no, it's just one of those. So hopefully this video was helpful so you can see the danger of Roth conversions and when not to do them and the benefit of doing them based on your retirement timing. So hopefully this is exactly what you're looking for. Let me know in the comments if this was helpful. I make all this content for you guys. So thank you for letting me know. Love you guys.